Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. Starting off today, doing some automation to determine whether this pump needs to run or not, so I don't have to watch that. And we're going to do some insulation. Overall project is to survive on Oasisse, is a very hot asteroid on hard mode. Right now we are just staying at 6 dupes. I don't think we're going to be at much risk today because today's project is just to finish the insulation. And I don't have a lot of time today, so I don't think I'm going to get further than that. But once I'm done that, I've got to find a way of probably with a vacuum going out here, and that's going to be much more dangerous. But let's just start with the simple stuff, insulation. Before that, though, one of you had mentioned you were questioning whether heat can get through a diagonal. I've been using these diagonal vacuum tiles. That was definitely always the case to prevent heat from leaking. Looks like I think in this case it's still working, and a little bit of heat's coming just because it already was hot on that side. That said, I am just a little bit worried that maybe that there's a slight chance there was a change in one of the updates. I don't want to be burned by that, so I'm going to start off by doing a quick test and then come back to the game. So this is where I'm going to be doing a quick little test. I've just added, I've got these vacuum tiles going across. I've got a heat in here, and I'm going to see if it radiates towards these tiles. I already can see that doesn't seem to be the case. While these tiles are, so I think we're good. I'm just curious if I had to put a shift plate in there, whether, okay, that's interesting. So with the shift plate right there, it does transfer heat from here to here. Even though we've got an actual vacuum, actually didn't know that. But that is something you have to be careful with the shift plates. All right, cool. Okay, I decided to do one additional test. I'm going to put a shift plate here and here. You can see this tile and this tile is going to get really hot. My theory is this shift plate, my theory is that heat shifts from up and down and left and right, but not diagonal. So I could be wrong, but I'm thinking the heat that's going to go into this guy from this hot water is going to transfer to these three, despite the fact that there's a vacuum there. And the same thing down here, we're going to get, or no, this one I don't think is going to transfer. So this guy will be hot, so will this one, but these ones will not. Yeah, I can see heat going up here. Oh no, I was wrong. Okay, so with a shift plate, that does transfer heat to the diagonal. I like to actually, maybe I'll do another test just to see, is it just the four corners of that guy? And again, if I didn't have the shift plate there, for instance, well, I could easily just do this. This is the original case. We're seeing that this works. We're not getting, as long as a shift plate is not involved, we're okay. But I want to test one more thing. I think this is going to be the final test. I just want to make sure that the heat that's going to be added here doesn't go to one additional tile. I'm pretty sure in this case, I was wrong last time. I'm pretty sure in this case, we're not going to get any heat transfer. So this guy's getting hot. The shift plate is getting hot, but not around here. But if I had to put that in the corner, it would. Okay, good to know. Let's get back to the game. Doing a little bit of a mop up over here. Just that if we need to do, well, we will need to access this area. We'll be able to do so in a dry spot. I also need to get down to this zone to lower that pump. I'm going to try to do so in such a way as to not get any dupes soaking wet. With this tile dug out in this ladder here, I believe we can build our pump without getting any dupes down there. That in place, we can get rid of this guy. Say, oh, I guess a pip cut in our way. Okay, more digging needs to be done out here, guys. Maybe approach this place too, so we can get over there. The path go over here, adding some insulation. We're gonna have to open this up at some point and start to let that hydrogen out. over in this direction, I hope I'm not making the wrong call here, but I'm going into the warmer area a little bit because I want to try to grab as much aluminum as I can. So we're going to insulate vacuum tiles and then insulated tiles. But I also see that we've got this guy running a little bit extra hydrogen. The reason I just was researching gas reservoirs because I figured it was going to be needed soon, and I think we are at that point. Goes to put this gas reservoir right here. Will allow us to store some excess hydrogen we can use for power. Now with this gas reservoir in place, realizing that I can connect this permanently because this is being controlled by this. So that's allowing this pump to run. And I'll just cut this right here like so. Okay, awesome. So we've got our storage of hydrogen. A little bit more insulation to go all around. Noting miner is 20% stressed, chef at 14. Not sure if that's going to be a problem. We'll find out. Just caught this power situation where all the where the batteries are almost at zero, not quite. So I'm going to disconnect them at this point. Since I'm relying on hydrogen, I don't really need to store massive amounts. These are just wasting or producing heat on us. So why don't we get rid of them? We'll also get the metal back from destroying them. One of the things I'm really hoping we can find a pacu. So we're going to research a fish feeder with ranching. It'll probably be next time when I start to expand out. Looking at two options, I see a little bit of cooler area up here and down here that may be interesting areas to start with. But for now, let's finish off with our insulation, which we're getting close. Continuing insulating in this corner, we can do that little section there. Fill that in, destroy that for another little vacuum tile. And then let's turn our attention over here. I'm going to first insulate up here and then let this hydrogen bubble out. Okay, so before adding insulation up there, how about we try to let that, oh, it's a good amount of hydrogen. Maybe I should have done that. I think we have almost, oh, way down here we need to do a little work. So I think I have been a little bit too cautious. Last time I decided, you know what, I'm going to, especially with dupes eating twice for 2. 6 dupes means I have to feed 12 dupes. And I decided to be a little bit cautious and stop there, but I think that might bite me if I don't push more dupes in so we can get more done. So that's why I'm bringing in 2 more. This is the first of the 2, engineer. They're also starting with mechatronics engineering, so I'm going to get that ability right away. The other thing is I can tell I'm getting a little bit rusty. It's been a month since my last playthrough had ended. I could see that there's a bunch of skills that I could have given out, so let's give some of those out. More construction to build there. Courier, we can give them extra weight carrying ability, which would be useful. I'm going to work towards electrical engineering, but mechatronics is already there for engineer. Miner. Now we can go through abyssalite. Not that I need, well, I might need to in the next little section. Critter ranching. Okay. That's something I haven't really prepared for, so we'll do that in field research. Let's put in some of the settings here for our new dupe. We'll put engineer down there and schedule 4. And I think the next dupe's probably going to be a dupe focused on cooking. I see mush bars are low, so I'll do this like that. Not going to use electric grill just yet. Maybe we'll wait for the next cooking-based dupe. I think we have just this little section here and this whole section here to get done. So let's go, guys, and down here as well. Lifting up the insulation down here, and I'm going to fill in this little awkward area. A little bit worried about this dirt leaking along the side, so we're going to build that before we take that out. But we also have this little patch to do too. Bit worried about this area miner. If you could come back, maybe take that tile out too. No, that's actually going to do a whole lot, to be honest. But yeah, I feel like we're going to have to go through some hydrogen up there, but maybe not the end of the world. These guys take care of that. I'm a little bit worried about running out of water, so I'm going to choose this as my next water spot. Build this in the bottom. Again, the dupes won't have to go and get their feet wet or completely soaked, so we'll do this. Connect the rest later. Actually, maybe I'll do that now. Ah, Shinebug. We have no time to mess with you. That door should have been actually kind of need more of a door here to prevent that type of lighting. Oh, okay, and that door shut on that side. Oops, filling in this zone. Yep, you need to get out of this zone. I think I'm going to fill this little section in like so. Maybe we'll do that first. And put that little thing in there so dupes can navigate up and down through that area. All the dupes are taking care of that. I'm thinking to myself, I could get this liquid to fall down in the future. Maybe I'll kind of prepare for that by putting this in. We won't dig that out just because I don't want that to leak just yet. And hopefully this can be done in such a way that the dupes don't get their feet wet. So go down there, but get out. I'll see if we can dig this out. Oh, and I think we'll put in the first auto sweeper now that we have this technology that can sit right there. I'm a little bit worried this is going to splash. Hopefully it's just... Ugh! Okay, I kind of thought that might happen. Not the biggest deal, though, because we're done this little section. Hopefully someone can build that without going through the water. Oh, you know what? Let's just do this for now. While that water fills down, I identified a big spot here that needs to be insulated, so we'll start this process. So it may be the case that we've completed our insulation. I'm going to do a full check. I'll do the first pass with that with you quickly, and then I'll do a double check later. But I believe we either have vacuum tiles or abyssalite or insulated tiles. Oh, we missed that little section. Let's see, up this way. I missed that little, well, I don't know that we, I didn't worry about the diagonals necessarily. I'll just throw that in just in case that matters. I'll do a similar thing here. Other than that, though, let's look. Yeah, okay. That may be our insulation, which means I probably should probably do some research. Bro, calories. Got to be haven't watched that. And let's go through, make sure we're doing something that might be useful for us coming up. Maybe water storage. And perhaps some of these plants. Oh, yeah, if we're low in calories, this might be smart to do too. Do some more of those. Oh, starvation. Okay, I've got my first warning. Wow. Okay, I feel like I am out of practice. We'll see if how long to the... Okay, it's going to be one cycle until the next dupe arrives. And where is the schedule for Chef? They would have just been getting up now. Oh, okay, there was something I forgot. Okay, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Maybe this is just a practice round. We'll see. Come on, cook. Chef, go to it. Go to it. if I do survive with no deaths, next dupe is definitely going to be probably cook or baker or something. Oh, we're getting a little bit of calories from that. I don't know that that's going to help us survive. Well, we might as well give Chef the best cooking ability that they can get. And take your skill, get back down there. No one has starved at the moment. So at this point, I'm really hoping that we'll have Chef will be able to take care of enough foods. We've got almost 4,000. Well, not quite, but well, let's assume that's going to be fine. The next step is to go out and build a vacuum tile, and I do think I have time to start that process today. So this is the big decision, actually. So let's go have a look. I need to get out in a vacuum tunnel. I want a short distance as possible. If I knew one of these guys was a cool liquid, I'd go right for it, but I don't know what any of those are at the moment. I do see a cool zone down here. I want something that's short. I want to avoid any bubbles like this because that's going to be unless they're vacuum bubbles, because I don't want dupes to go through hot air of any type. They can go through hot, or I guess it wouldn't be a hot vacuum, but yeah, we need to make sure I can dig in such a way. And if I can go through sand, that's ideal because I can dig quickly through sand, except for the fact if I do sand at the top, or bottom rather, I have to dig everything that's above it as well. There is, in my opinion, no super great path. Maybe here, maybe. That's one option. It is 80 there though, versus it's not as, well, actually 87. Yeah, that's actually kind of the norm, isn't it? Except for it's slightly cool here, but I don't think that matters. What way do I go out? Okay. If it weren't for this frustrating little bit of oxygen, I would probably go this way. But that oxygen is there. Okay, I need to think a bit and I'll let you know what I decide to do. So I'm going to be honest, I have thought about this for a while and I don't like my choices. Things that I've been considering between. One is going diagonal down to this cold zone. This seems to be a nice short path, but with those oxygen bubbles. But up here, this is actually what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go in this direction because first of all, there's a cold spot, and I'd like to get to a cold spot. If I dig along this way, that's not terribly long. It's about 50 tiles, but a lot of it is just sand, which would be quite nice. And then when I get to the other side of it, I'll have a very cold environment to be able to interact with. The other option was diagonal up here, but yeah, let's go with this as an option. I'll start to make a plan. What I'm going to need to do is have a liquid airlock and a T to guarantee that we won't have any air from this main base go into this tunnel. So let's start that now. First thing I would like to do is mop up this area. And I don't know if the dupes have to or have access to create these tiles unreachable. Shoot. Okay. Or maybe I can just go, I like this. I just want to get this area open, but know that I don't have this water drop on top of us. We're done with having liquid drop in unexpected places. All right, with that, let's make that T for water. So right here is where I want the T to go. We're going to need to dump some water there. We'll have to have a way to get up and down. Maybe I'll open this up a little bit. Just nervous about some tiling over here, so maybe we'll do that. Just want to avoid hydrogen. Actually, maybe need to do this just as a way of hydrogen kind of getting out of this zone that we need to go up and into. put in that, and then we'll bring over some piping for liquid. Ooh, okay. Calories is a struggle to keep afloat with, but let's get our next dupe. So we're gaining our 8th dupe, a dupe that's going to concentrate in the kitchen, a baker. They're also a night owl, so we'll print them. Let's make sure I give them their skill of grilling right away. And we'll put them in a schedule, maybe down here with engineer, it's baker. Let them work the nighttime hours. And we'll see if we can get this little pipe created, dump some liquid over here. Okay, luckily I just remembered that I've got to set this up such that Baker focuses on cooking. So now with 2 dupes cooking at the same time, I wonder if we'll need to make more power. I can always do this. If I'm going to do that, though, I probably should run everything through a transformer. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Do this. Oh, and that. And let's not run this guy without automation. And don't forget to connect that. There we go. We've got some water going in here. I'm a little bit nervous that Dupe's getting wet, especially on hard mode, is going to stress everyone out. But, like, we have to get across here, so I don't know how to square that one. Just go for it and see what happens. Other than that, I think I'm going to put a spot down here to start filling in some carbon dioxide, because at some point we'll put our storage in here. Feel like we're going to need some heavy watt wires up in the kitchen too. Being a little bit adventurous, but if I take, actually, you know what? Yeah, by the time the dupes get up there, maybe it'd be fine. I mean, worst case, we'll just back off. But we'll see if we can get up here in a vacuum. If we can't, well, it's not good. Okay, vacuum tile right there. So, with that, let's give the command to get in here and yeah, see, this is where I'm going to get sopping wet for 0.3 cycles. We're going to get 20% increase in stress. We're going to have a massage table to deal with this. Fortunately, it's a low amount of water, but I really want to get through quickly as possible. Okay, that's a vacuum. Okay, all right, let's have a close look. There's nothing here that's going to get in our way. That is a vacuum. If I touch a piece of oxygen, these pieces of sand will fall down, but that's okay. Then there's going to be some oxygen on the other side. So we're going to have another T over here. Fill that with liquid. And then be able to get out to the cold zone. And I'm not 100% sure what's, well, we'll have to look to see what's over there. Okay. All right. Well, let's keep going. I might just put this forever until we get what I might do. I'll put that as much fry production as well. Maybe an auto sweeper. Oh, we don't have enough metal. Let's upgrade some of our, okay, miner making their way across. I'll do some wiring upgrades because this is not looking good. Here is my electrical upgrade plan. I'm going to put heavy watt wire here, not connecting it just yet. But that'll at least allow me to run the kitchen and the rock crusher without going through the transformer. Still vacuum. That is key right now. I might cut this off, though. I kind of see that as a bit of a risk. Think we'll be okay. Maybe I'll even get rid of the liquid vent. We'll start the process of how should I transfer water? I could build a pipe over like this, but I'm thinking maybe I might have a better, yeah, I've got a better way to do it. I'm thinking. Let's change this circuitry over here, and that guy right there, and then connect that to there, that to there. So that is taking care of running so much on one transformer. Continuing to dig over here. This little guy will be an issue. Wonder if, actually, I didn't even think about it. Should I build a hatch range? Maybe I will in the meantime. I'm going to project of setting up a hatch stable down here. Priority is digging this area out. Still in a vacuum, that is key. Opening up this spot, because my thinking is I could put a bottle emptier right here, and we'll use that as a weight. Maybe I'll need to dig that out as well. Okay, what have I gained from this? A little bit of cooler temperatures. Is there any, I was hoping for a little splash of water, in particular, not frozen, though ice could be converted to water if I had to. So we'll see. And our first warning about stress, miner has made it to 60%. So fortunately, multiple things going on. I want a massage table here. I want making progress on this little setup. Maybe I will, there's a risk. Okay, we blocked the pips from being able to go in here. I know there's a hatch somewhere. Oh, there it is. Let's get this guy out of there, because if he were to die, become meat, that would lead to polluted oxygen here, which we don't want to see. Okay, nice. Bottle emptier. Let's prioritize on getting that built. Okay, Builder has created this for us. Let's select water and enable auto bottle, which just means that Dupes will be able to pick up liquid from a pitcher pump. And we should start to see, maybe we'll do that high priority. So I'm wondering if I should have relied on just a little piece of liquid. Oh, my water might freeze. I guess we will need a lot of, okay. Ah, shoot. What I was going to say is I'm wondering if I should have been a little bit more risky and had basically water sitting right like this, such that it's a higher risk, because if that ever becomes mopped up or evaporates or something like that, obviously it's quick to freeze. Though we'll have a vacuum. Oh, we're not going to keep a vacuum. Let's just move on, but I'm not feeling great about this all of a sudden. Let's start researching portable gases. Not liking both the oxygen level. I think that can easily be fixed with an electrolyzer, but the carbon dioxide level also getting under control. So we're going to build a pump down here. Be able to get some carbon dioxide moving up. And we got to... yeah, not loving my plan, but see how far I can get. I might have to restart. I don't know. I'm not going to restart unless I have to, but oh, power on here. Yeah. Well, we'll see. So I look down here, I realize we trapped a pip egg, which is unfortunate. Not really worried about that shine bug, but we'll go down here, hopefully quickly. Might make priority of getting that egg to move. Set this up for carbon dioxide for the future. Hopefully we have someone going down here to... okay, good. Let's put this back. So I don't want any more dupes. I'm going to stay at 8 and get a very small amount of food. That is almost enough for a single dupe in one cycle. I'm going to go in this direction. Probably going to, yeah, just go over there, look, and that may be it for today. But we have created our vacuum tile. That needs to stay a vacuum. We've got a stable over here, but stress going to be an issue. Yeah, I probably should have been more risky in how I've done this, because if I had a small amount of liquid, dupes get their feet wet as opposed to soaking wet. Soaking wet causes their stress to be even higher than just feet wet. Um, but yeah, we'll see. I'm I'm gonna keep trying, but I'm feeling like I needed to do better. At this point, the one dupe I want to go through is Miner. Miner is taking care of their stress, unfortunately. But initially some snow, that's going to be easy. But then Bisley, again, Miner's the only one that can get through that. Oh, and there's also this liquid. I don't think that matters because they're going to be soaking wet anyways. Yeah, I did the T just to be extra safe. Maybe that made sense when I was playing normal mode, but now that I'm on hard mode, I probably have to rethink some choices. So I just saw some, yeah, there's ranchers slipping. We've got ice. I had thought that some of the DLC biomes might help me, and maybe it will, but it could also hurt me. And I think what to take care of this, I could just get rid of that. Did they slip on snow? Don't recall, but yeah, that. And it looks like getting over here. I was really hoping for a Draco, though to be honest, I would much prefer a Paku. And not seen one. That's another thing too. There's with this DLC, actually I think there is a special yeah, there is a biome with Pakus, but the other biomes might be pushing some of the regular biomes out that had Pakus. If that happens, that could be really bad. Because that was going to be my early source of food. Maybe down here. So I'm experimenting a bit to see if, and that's not a good sign usually, but I'm going to see if I can can dupes, question I want to know, can dupes safely get around 50-ish degrees? I know when we talk about 70 or so, we're going to be in problems. I'm just curious. If I were lucky enough to find a nice cool geyser here, or be able to do at least know whether I can get through a small area like this, because I have a bunch of guys, even if that's not the geyser, there's a bunch that are close. If either any one of those was a cool liquid, that might be really nice to know. Another warning about stress. At least the carbon dioxide pump has started. That's going to be sending carbon dioxide up here. We'll max that out. Notice we're a little bit of excess in food. So that means the electric grill will be used more. We'll direct it some mush fry to be put down here. So that tells me 2 dupes on cooking, even with actually, what is their skill level? It would be +4 with their skills. Probably they start with 5, so maybe 9 unless they've gained something. Cuisine 10, so they must have gained 1. Okay. Digging out in this direction. Kind of more curious about what's down here, to be honest, than what's to the side. Oh, that chlorine. Feel like we might want to go this way instead. Hold on. Mine are holding their breath and doing some digging down here. And by the way, if you're curious why I'm not doing gas masks in this little zone, it's because I know that dupes will output carbon dioxide when they're wearing gas masks. We don't want any gas in this zone. Though I could put carbon dioxide down, or gas masks here. I just think it's such a short area. Oh, it's a volcano. So, yeah, that particular thing is not super useful for us. Okay, so not completely disappointed here. On the one hand, the volcano, not some, or minor volcano, not something I care about, but I had kind of made the assumption that that was going to be a problem. But I can get through at 50 so degrees as long as it's like a short-ish distance. Maybe I'd be able to access this guy to see what that is. That gives me a few options that I thought I didn't have. But over here, we're putting in a ladder to go down from this point on. Maybe we'll do some like digging like this. Got, oh, okay, mine are at 100%. I was going to say at 98%. Yeah. My attempt is to get down here to see what this guy is all about. Not feeling great. But, whoa, oh. Okay, I guess miner is destructive. Yep, I think we're going down. The question is, did I learn enough to be able to go back? Entering this way, I think... You know what? Let me do a little analysis. I think I'm going to end it there. Now, let's just do the analysis now. First of all, I think I really should have been more risky about how I've done the water. Going into a freezing zone when you have water on the other side, especially if it's a small amount of water, now that I think about it, probably not smart. Being able to go through a short distance, I might see if I can at least find out what this guy is, because the more knowledge I know about geysers, and the other thing is, if this ends up having a Pacu down here, that I very much want to know. Lashing out, yeah. I gotta do this all over again, but maybe next time, not so stressed. Just want to get over a little bit further there, guys. We're having to go way over here to... Oh. Running out of... Okay, if we can at least get through this zone, we'd have enough oxygen. Yeah. Oxygen. That's the other thing I need to think about. A little bit of oxylight over here. But getting there is the issue. And getting there and not stressing everyone out. So, we're in a situation where I may not actually be able to get down here, even if I wanted to. If everything was good, the problem is, Dupes need to hold their breath from here to here. But since we're out of oxygen in here, they can actually get down here. By the time they stand right here, they have to get right back. So, yeah, I may have wasted too much time going this direction. You can kind of see what happens. Oh. Okay, a little bit of progress. So I'm experimenting with an idea of how to deal with this. I think this will work out. Just want to put some oxygen in this little thing and then open it on the other side. Because I'm going to have to do this one way or the other. Yeah, let's just give up on that. That's not the right way to go. We're going in this direction. And not super happy. Catching their breath. Let's get back down. If these guys are super useful, that would be really nice to know. I think that's another cobalt volcano. That's more useful than this, but it's not going to be super useful to me early on, unfortunately. So the plan is to do some pumping of gas, put that into this guy. And I can't remember if I need, I don't know if I can just directly open or if I'm required to do something like this. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's like almost nothing. It is technically oxygen, but not very much. That might not be needed, but let me just put it there just in case. And we'll try to get 200 kilograms worth of oxygen. Might pick up a little bit of hydrogen in the process. Oh, all kinds of things. Carbon dioxide, oxygen, polluted oxygen. With our gas emptied here, I'm going to pick up the oxygen and just dump that right there. Do that high priority. Okay, so I've got the ability to, to hit empty, so I guess the empty are not essential. A little bit of food to survive on while I experiment just a little bit more. If it's not obvious, I will not be continuing on from this point. I've got a big plan, but let me do a little bit more experimenting, and I'll go over my idea next time. Just want to know that this technique here works. Okay, so that is opened up a bit of oxygen with that. Let's just do that. So that's probably a technique, one of the techniques I'll carry into next time, which I should have done this time around. Another obstacle that's going to be coming my way. If I do have this ice biomes, that is nice, but that is going to lead to a little bit of water on the floor, which will just add to the stress levels. Just curious if I can get a dupe to stand over here. Maybe even... Oh, okay, some polluted water, but no pacus. We'll keep going. If there is a pacu, that would be super awesome to know. Cutting through oxylite will be easy. Stress vomiting someone. Ugh. Okay, no. Wrong type of critter. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's useful information for next time. Okay, there is a pacu. Geysers down here. I think there's one experiment that I just want to know. Actually, knowing that there's a pacu there, I was just curious. What if I just beelined through this zone with... you know what? Let's just see. Was that an actual option for me? I'm curious how well this is going to go. Baker trying to experiment with us. Keep food production going on so we can at least learn a little bit before I roll back and give this another go. Miner cutting their way through this warm area. Gonna see if I could take advantage of the fact that this bubble is actually already opened. It's breathable. It's warm though. Is it gonna be too warm? Okay, miner complaining about the heat, but, oh, wow. Wow, okay. I've got some ideas. I have some ideas. Oh, really? I think I was just too scared of the heat. 60. They're standing around that temperature. They're still fine. Okay, this is one particular area I could actually get through. I bet you if I tried that trick, I mean, this is longer, but around 80 degrees, they'd pass out. Okay. So sometimes when I go back to play things again, I try to improve a bunch of little things. I try to just get better at what I've done. This is not going to be one of those second attempts. This is going to be one of those situations where I kind of try a very different strategy altogether, which is thinking, what if instead of setting up a base here, I just beelined to somewhere else, such as over here. It's a small area, but that would prevent me from having to spend all that time insulating, or just or just take advantage of the fact that I could get over there and multitask. Get 8 dupes right away. Don't take a break. Go right up to 8. Get a pathway into here while insulating, so I still have this area protected, but I've got access to this little guy here, which I'm hoping is going to be food. Oh, and I'll get a little bit of reed fiber. I'm going to end on one final thing. I'm just curious if what would happen if I tried this trick going this direction. Maybe there's something useful. Maybe it's more useful to go left than right. Might as well figure that out first. Okay. Taking note, I have accidentally mopped here. Fortunately, we still have that. That's why I wanted that as a T. Figure it's a little bit safer. But again, Maybe I don't even need water. If I don't use water to hold a vacuum, toasty surroundings though, that means the dupes don't go through water. They're not getting stressed out so much. I just have to figure out a way. Is that going to be sustainable? Yes, I'm able to get there quickly. I mean, I could go in, grab a Pacu and extract it, except... Or is there some way I could insulate? Is it realistic to be able... Okay, that I'll figure out next time. Let's just end with seeing what's in this direction. Miner cutting through some sand easily. It is hot. Is it going to be too hot for them? Up to 70. I'm going to assume in this case they're going to run into a problem, but we'll see. I think they may be able to get through here as well. I may have underestimated how much heat these guys can take in. They are getting toasty surroundings. That's taking a stress up 10%, stamina down, athletics down. But they're not passing out. I thought this would be worse than it was. I don't know if the game changed at some point where heat's not as bad as it used to. Okay, that changes things. That completely changes things. Okay, I'm stopping there. Next time, new strategy, which is don't bother with the vacuum tile. I probably still will create a insulation around. It's just I might not make that as a high priority. Part of me was debating with a complete new strategy with basically going somewhere else and forgetting about the central area. I don't think that's probably the best strategy. I think simply just don't be scared about getting a little hot. As long as I'm able to create a vacuum, or not a vacuum, but a insulation to prevent further heating. That I'm a bit more worried about, but you know what? That's experiment for next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll see you another day playing Oxygen Not Included. Till then.